Tonight, we are staying at a Cracker Barrel.
And we are going to tell you the truth about sleeping at Cracker Barrel.
So we just went in and grabbed some food because in the RV world, it's considered, you know, polite or courtesy to buy something from wherever you're spending the night at. All right, so here's the current situation. These are the RV and like bus or truck parking spots that they have at this specific Cracker Barrel. We normally try and go for like an end spot like this because we do have this slide out. I'll show you it really quick. So I just came out here basically to look and make sure everything's all good as I bumped it out. But if you can find an overhang spot like this, if you guys do have a slide, it's great. But I really like it because our RV is kind of like the best of both worlds. It's like small enough to where it's like a van and could fit in a normal parking spot like one of those, but it's a little bit longer. So we're sitting right at about 25 feet, which means that if we do want to park in a normal spot, we just have to find a spot where we can overhang. So like something like where that steel pole is isn't gonna work. But if we can find something where there's just like dirt or grass behind us, that actually works out perfectly. But anyways, parking lots like Cracker Barrels and truck stops and things like that, they don't usually want you putting your slide out like this, from what I know or from the way I understand it. So we'll usually only do it if we're like cooking or working, just during the day. Once this lot starts to fill in though, we're gonna for sure close it, especially close it before bed, because we don't want to be rude or like be off-putting it all to the places that are allowing us to stay here. Because you guys have to think, we're basically have our hotel on wheels. It's like a luxury RV. So we have like our hotel on wheels and we don't have to pay for anywhere to sleep. Like we don't have to pay for campgrounds if we don't want. We literally just hop around to like Love's gas station, Pilot, Flying J, Cracker Barrels. It really is great. What do you got?
Editing a video.
Coming soon to a channel near you.
Look at this couple got me for Valentine's Day.
Will you be my Valentine?
Of course.
Yay.
I'm gonna open the door and then I'm gonna grab the bucket because it's gonna be too much to try to carry all at once. You just stomped on my dress. My white dress. Is it all dirty? Paul, do you have something to sitting on the dog? Do you have something to say?
Like what?
What you just said to me before I turned on the camera.
So I've been sitting here like really hot and thinking like, you know, it feels really hot in here, and I asked Willow like, aren't you warm? And she's like, no, actually I'm cold. So much to the point where she's putting on the blanket. So I don't know if she's getting sick or something, but I checked the Max Air fan and it's 86 degrees. So she's been gaslighting me into thinking that it's like cold in here. And it's 86 degrees. Someone save me.
You don't need to be saved. Right, tell them.
Right.
Tell them you don't need to be saved.
Poor Remy. Look at all this fur. Are you hot?
No, she's having a good time. So at some point I'm going to make dinner. Do you know what we're eating for dinner?
We are eating
1 hour later. 1 eternity later.
Cat Pepe? Cat something? We're eating something Pepe.
Cacio e pepe.
Yeah. That's what I said.
Don't roast me if I'm saying it wrong, but it's better than cat pepe.
Put it in the comments if she's saying it wrong.
And what?
Italian sausages.
That's what we're gonna have for dinner. And for dessert, I have something special.
Oh.
So, stay tuned to see what we eat for dessert.
Alright, so as far as staying at Cracker Barrel, we've stayed at like 3 or 4 of them now. Not all of them overnight, but a few of them, like 3 of them overnight. And we noticed that it's definitely dependent on where you're parked and the type of Cracker Barrel that it is. So we stayed at one, and the parking was like normal spots. So like right now we're in like this RV spot, which we showed you earlier, and this one is great. It's not by any other traffic really. The Cracker Barrel is like way up over there, so like there's not like people walking back and forth, and it's just really nice. It's quiet. In fact, we haven't really heard anything. We heard the chain rattling on the door, and literally we're like, what is that? Is someone here? And no, it's just the chain rattling on the door.
Yeah.
But the other Cracker Barrel we stayed at like a week ago, that one was insane. Yeah, we parked over by the dumpsters, which is basically where they told us to park.
Yeah, at this particular Cracker Barrel, because there was no designated RV parking, because we have a small rig that can fit in a normal parking space, we were told to basically just park in the back, but the only parking spots in the back were obviously but in the back of the store, and there was some dumpsters right there. We were probably like 200 feet, if that, from the building, pretty close.
Yeah. So not only did we hear them coming to dump the trash all night, like
throw the trash away.
The company came also to empty the dumpster, and then we heard them in the morning coming to unload the food trucks for the food they were going to make that day. So really, we were up pretty much all night with noises all around us.
Yeah.
So in that particular scenario, I much rather would have been at a truck stop like Love's or something like that, or Pilot we've stayed at. And I think for the most part Cracker Barrel is a good choice, but I think you should definitely assess the parking situation and how far away you're going to be from buildings and stuff like that, because it can make a big difference.
Definitely. And I would caution you to, if you have not stayed at that Cracker Barrel, to have a alternative option nearby, such as a Walmart or Love's or something like that. We have an app that we use sometimes to look and see what parking is around us, so comment down below if you want the name of that app. But yeah, I guess I would just say have a backup plan just in case you get to the Cracker Barrel and all of the RV spots are full, or the parking that is available isn't ideal.
Yeah, and also not all of them, like the one we tried to stay at last time we were on a trip, it didn't even allow overnight parking. So we pulled in there, and then we saw signs that said no overnight parking. So we figured, hey, let's call and just ask, like maybe they have to put these up. And they were like, yeah, you know, we would allow it, but the local laws here don't allow for it, so we can't let you stay here. So you just never know. You just want to always like double check, and then like we said earlier in the video, like it's always good practice to like buy something from there and go have breakfast in the morning or something like that. Or like we got takeout when we parked here, which is cool too. Like,
yeah, and they have a really cute store inside. I try not to buy a lot of miscellaneous things, but it's really cute stuff. Cards and candy and candles and clothes and baby clothes. So make sure your husband holds his pocketbook very tightly while you're in there. Yes. Look at this beautiful sunset, you guys. Wow. Want to get a shot of me running into the sunset?
Alright, so we are headed to this gas station down the road. Shout out Wawa.
Wawa sponsor us. We are there every day.
Pretty much.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you again. I love all dress.
That is good. Oh, they don't have any of the... Oh yeah, they do. Mellow yellow today. What are you getting? What are you getting?
Dr. Pepper strawberry,
Are you gonna put cream in it?
of course.
Okay, we gotta tell everyone about our little swig soda hack. Okay, we'll tell you about it. Well, you can watch, but then we'll explain. Okay, well, Willow looks for a snack. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Utah Pop. It's like those swig restaurant. I guess they're a restaurant, but it's just a drink place because basically they don't drink alcohol. The Mormon church doesn't in Utah. So what they do is they have a bunch of like hot places. But the line is really busy at the one that they put here. So Willow came up with this little hack that we do, which basically we fill up the machine with strawberry Dr. Pepper. And then
The cup.
the cup from the machine. And then we go to the creamer section at the gas station. We're at Wawa, which is our favorite one right now. And fill just a little bit of creamer in it. And it's like the same thing. It's kind of like a light root beer float. But if you've never tried it, try it. You'll love it. Comment below if you do try it and let us know. Or if you've ever tried it. It's very good. So Dr. Pepper strawberry with creamer. We'll show you just a little bit. Alright, let's show them how it's done.
Obviously.
Just a little bit.
It foams up, you guys, so careful.
Yeah.
Really
So-
riveting content. It's kind of like root beer float.
So when it looks this consistency, like color-wise, that's how you know it's right. Good? We secured it. Secured the bag. Look how dark it got already. Welcome back. There's our rig. Right where we left it. Hopefully Remy's guarding the fort. See, look how far back we are, guys. It's still really empty. But if you park up there, that's when things get loud. Thought of something.
What? Hi!
Okay, babe. So you guys remember that water that was leaking outside and I thought it was raining? Turns out it's actually the air conditioning because we've been running the air conditioning. So that's condensation leaking on the roof. And I climbed up there and looked and I was like, is it supposed to do that? But for those of you guys who are doing RV life or you're thinking about doing RV life, it's normal. I just Googled it. So that freaked me out for a minute. Speaking of AC, she's suiting up again. Willow made us an amazing dinner and now it's time for dessert.
I did not make this.
Remy, hey, no dessert for you.
No, we'll give her a treat.
Okay. That's a nice bone.
It's a deer flavored bone.
You gonna eat on the table? Oh, on my side? Thank you. She's like, okay, I'll save that for after dessert. Alright, we're settled in for the night. The slide is pulled in. You can kind of see the difference now that it makes. Still pretty roomy in here. Watching the news. Remy's still acting a fool. Always wants to be the star of the show.